Happy Friday, everybody. It is it's the 10th, July 10th edition of Levack and Goz, the new version, the extraterrestrial version of the show. Happy to be here with you guys. I had to put on my swim shirt today. Didn't go swimming, just been sweating a lot. I felt like it was appropriate. And yes, that's when you know you're old and fat, when you have a swim shirt. But guys, like it feels more accomplished because it's a Carhartt like sun protector shirt.
Yeah.
So it's not like just a fat guy wearing like a white t-shirt to the pool. It's, this is the thing. I'm supposed to wear this. So, you got to protect the skin. Got to do it. You only get one set of skin or something.
Yes,
all right. We're here.
I've embraced the Carhartt lifestyle too. I enjoy those shirts. If they want to sponsor, more than welcome. Both wear those types of apparel on the show. We're here. Yes,
hold on a
right.
second.
Yeah.
Speaking of Carhartt, by the way, sneaking your dirty t-shirts into my laundry when you were staying here is not going to get you invited back. By the way, I was doing laundry today. I'm like, I don't have this shirt. No, that was yours. You somehow, I don't know if you threw it somewhere in the hamper or something. I don't know what you did, but I have your blue t-shirt.
No, not the blue one. Oh, I was literally going to ask, is it the blue one? I've been looking for that. Oh, man, I love that.
It's in the dryer. All right,
so thank you.
Right. Yeah, well, you're not welcome. I was like, what the fuck?
You can say that now. It's allowed.
I don't want to. I feel bad.
Careful. Let's talk.
I don't want to jump to the high holy F-bomb. You know what I mean? Like, I got to warm up.
People have always complimented us on our camaraderie and real friendship. Sometimes you have conversation with your friends, and that's what happens when you don't have, studio mics and everything else. Yeah.
I told you, if I don't have a mic in front of me, all bets are off. So, and that just proved it right there. That's what I talk like in real life. Sorry, everybody. All right, let's get into it. Enough of me being your housekeeper.
Let's lead off what everybody's thinking we need to talk about. The elephant in the room. The thing on this Friday.
I'm losing weight, guys. That's not nice.
Let's lead off the show talking about Saratoga. For the first time since 2022, Levack and I on a Friday in July are not at Saratoga. There was a streak there from 2020 to 2022. We weren't at Saratoga, and we were there in 2020 when there were no fans. So let's just talk about this quickly. Are you bummed? Are you sad? Is it weird that it's a Friday in July and we are not set up at Saratoga talking to people who enjoy the races throughout the summer?
I almost forgot that there was races today. I'm very non-racist races. That's how I am. I don't see horses or horses of a different color. That's just who I am. I'm really kind of great. You guys all should want to be like me when you grow up. No, I told you, like, I love the track. I love going to the track, but when we would work the show there, my introverted extrovert would come out like every time. So on the trip up there, I'm like, I gotta do this. Because once we were going, I would love it. And the chances of me hitting a pick 4, pick 5, or whatever this year have gone down significantly because we're not going to be there. But I'm good. I can watch from here. And then when we do go to the track, we go as fans. I'm down for it. I kind of hope they still did the Levack race and we just didn't know about it. And they're like looking around for us at the end. Like I'm hoping that Tony Elevato and Mark Bardak and all the guys who do all the great work at Nairo were like, dude got a race named after him, didn't even show up. Like, so that's how baller I am. Yeah. So I'm good. I know it bothers you because you're not getting extra income.
Yes, that's exactly right. I would have liked to be there, but I am bummed for you because although it is the first Friday, it's technically the second Friday, we would have been up there this Friday. I'm bummed for you because I would have liked to do that race. That is a really, really cool thing. Now, look, the season doesn't end until September. Is there a possibility? I know I referenced this on yesterday's show. It's not zero. Let me put it like that. There is a world we live in where we could actually be at the track this summer. There is a world where the Levack race still happens. A lot of things have to happen to make that happen. Is there a chance the Levack race happens and we're just there, we go and we have a good... Yes, all of that can still happen. So I don't want to completely write off that stuff, especially for the radio audience who came with us. They're like, what about all this? Some of that stuff is not in our control. Some of that stuff is in Naira Betts and Louis & Associates' control. So it's possible. I am a little bummed I would have liked to be there. That's okay. I won't do this every single Friday. I think a lot of people, that's the time they'd come out and see us and say hello. No, not every Friday. Just today will be the last one, unless I hit a big race. They're like, I would have liked to celebrate that. I don't think so. I don't think I will. I will say this.
Money in my Naira Bets account. I don't even have. I think I have like 8 cents in my Naira Bets account. I like cashed it out.
I will concede these 2 points because as much as you and I are fans of that, and people who listen to the show may have been fans, I am very aware that there are people who listen to the show who are not fans of that show for a variety of reasons. Some people who like this show may be against horse racing. That's your take. That's your opinion. You can think what you want about the sport of horse racing. I won't judge you. There are people who like this show who don't like interviews. Like we did a lot. That was so much more interview heavy. That's just the style of that show. That some people, because of whatever it is, maybe you like us more, maybe you like content more. Some people didn't want to hear the interviews. That's okay. And some people on a Friday show, if you didn't hear the picks and you listen on the podcast side, a lot of that show is irrelevant to you because you're not going to play a pick on a Friday that you're listening to the show the day after. So there are some criticism and I think fair critiques of that show. I will be looking at our numbers after this Friday show and I'll 100% compare them to the Saratoga shows. And I'll get back to you next week about how I feel about our Saratoga shows after that.
Yeah. I actually just pulled it up on the studio TV in here while we were talking, and horse won. What you talking about? I would have totally bet that horse. That's the name I would have bet. So no, I don't know, man. Like I said, I love Saratoga. I love what they do up there. I don't hate having the ability to dictate my own schedule on a Friday. I don't hate that at all. Like my kid's been here all day. We've been working on the house. So like that's, and that's it, and by the way, I woke up with a sore stomach. My tum-tum hurt today. I had a spicy tum-tum. So that would have been on my mind all day, is that I was going to poop my pants at the track. So for me, I'm winning and I didn't lose any money. So win-win.
We rarely ever actually gave picks on those shows. We gave our usual Naira Bets plays, and that was usually earlier in the show. So to Mike and Randy and our promo team who usually enjoy those events more, that'll probably be the last time we talk about Saratoga, unless we have a great play that we like and we, release this earlier on a Friday. That's it. So we move on from Saratoga talk to what's up with LeBron. Has anyone else noticed what in the world's been going on involving LeBron James? Is this the worst kept secret? Do people not care? And I'll talk further about this, of what we're talking about. LeBron James, a free agent. But for those of you who have watched and covered and listened and just consumed NBA and LeBron talk for nearly 20 years, aren't we all missing something here? And Levack, what I'm talking about is the decision. Remember in 2010 when LeBron has that ESPN special that's now heavily criticized, although I think the world has changed a little bit with content and creation and owning your stuff. And the donation to the Boys Girls Club, he goes and tells Jim Gray he's taking his talents to South Beach and joining the Miami Heat. That's the second week in July. Free agency started July 1st. Then LeBron decides to go back to Cleveland. Lee Jenkins, I believe, is the author of that piece for Sports Illustrated. That's also in early July-ish when he makes that decision to go back to Cleveland. Same thing with the Lakers. He makes the decision he's going to spend. What I'm noting is the timeline. Like, LeBron usually doesn't wait. And obviously he doesn't wait because he's LeBron. Everybody wants him. He makes those decisions, whether it be for legacy, for championships, for the success of his future. We are talking on Friday, July 10th, around the evening, early evening, we'll say. Levack, do you feel like the hope for LeBron of signing for his best team isn't there? Or maybe a better way to phrase this, is LeBron not as wanted as we think because he hasn't signed somewhere yet?
I mean, you have to remember, it's not. This isn't the South Beach LeBron like that. I still believe he makes any team better. He's still one of the top players in the world, but he's older. He comes with a huge price tag. He can change the dynamic of a team. Like if you're like, let's go with the Knicks. I know there was a lot of people thought, man, he'll go chase another ring with the Knicks. If you're the Knicks, do you want to risk who the alpha of that team is? Because right now it's Jalen Brunson. Like it's Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart is, everybody's kind of feeding off Jalen Brunson's energy. If LeBron comes in, people are going to feed off LeBron's energy. Like they're just going to. Like don't know if, and how do you not? when the argument of who's the greatest player of all time, it's him or MJ for almost everyone who has that conversation. So I think he still is going to end up somewhere. He's still going to work somewhere on a sweet deal, but he's going to dictate where that is. And, maybe it takes a little longer to get what you want this time around, but it's still LeBron. He's still probably Golden State. Him and Steph Curry will, get their Geritol and walkers and go up and down the court.
Golden State is very possible. And if I had to put money on where I think LeBron's going to land, Golden State will also be my pick. The thing that we just haven't seen as sports fans is what is happening right now. Like when Michael Jordan came back to play for the Wizards, he wasn't really a free agent. He was a part of that ownership executive team and basically came down and then worked with Kwame Brown and all that. So Jordan's end, but if Michael Jordan was a free agent when he played for the Wizards, how differently we viewed MJ. Jeter, like New York fans get this one. If Jeter actually did hit free agency that year he was rumored to do it, would he have drawn the offers we had thought? We would hope so if you're a Jeter fan, but maybe not. Kobe. If Kobe had become a free agent in his final 2 seasons rather than being with the Lakers, would he have, like when an athlete gets older, it's almost like, as Levack would like to say, duh, people don't want him as much. He's older, he's slower, he's lost a step. So that should be the easy answer. Hey, it's not, I can't compare LeBron of 2026 to LeBron of 2010. The dude's 16 years older and still playing. But we do have to address the obvious that this does feel weird. Like the old NBA free agency was everyone waited on LeBron. I know Chris Bosh signed before LeBron. I know that in 2010. But everyone would wait for what LeBron was going to do. That is not the world we're living in right now. It really isn't. Because why hasn't he decided? What's he waiting for? So I'm now convinced more than ever, Levack, that he thought he was going back to the Lakers. He actually probably wanted to go back and did not have a backup plan. Because LeBron, whether you love him or you hate him, he is one of the more calculated people of understanding his brand and those things. I just gave you 3 examples of how he signed with teams. And you're telling me 10 days after free agency began, he doesn't know where he's going? I don't buy that for a second. This market is not what he thought this market was going to be. I wait. You wait. We all wait and see where he decides to land next.
Yeah, and I'm not... maybe this is the part that is the real difference. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like when he would do this in the past, you felt like championships were going where he went. I don't feel like he's the defining factor anymore. Maybe it's a team that just needs that one little extra thing to get over the top. Maybe it's like, OKC needs some veteran leadership or whatever. That kind of deal, but he's not the end all and be all anymore. Like that's just not it. So wherever he ends up, I'll probably care once he signs. I'll probably be like, okay, now this makes sense. I see what's going to happen here, and boom, 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 boom. Where in the past it was just like wherever he goes, the king has arrived, and now you're going to be the favorite to win it all.
We move on to Major League Baseball. The All-Star weekend is next weekend. We'll be talking again on Monday, you and I, the Home Run Derby, then the All-Star Game, then as some used to call it, the Deadest Day in Sports that Wednesday. Next week gets a little bit different, but this is the weekend with final teams preparing for where they're going to stand as they hit the Midsummer Classic and everything else. Levack, we can do Yankees, Mets. I'm going to keep this one wide open here on a Friday. Any storylines, matchups, teams that interest you over the next 3 days as we get closer and closer to that All-Star break?
I'm loving that in 2026, in a world where everything is at your fingertips, the Boston Red Sox got stuck in Chicago. They're supposed to play the Mets at 7:15. I don't think they're going to. Like I don't like the game has to be postponed or delayed or whatever. You can be the Boston Red Sox, and not have a contingency plan to get your team where you need to get them. I'm not going to pretend that planes are cheap. Like I'm not going to pretend I understand whatever, but aren't all the old Spirit Airline planes sitting somewhere? You couldn't dust one of those off and gas it up, get the boys go over to New York. You couldn't figure that out. I think they just lifted off a little while ago, but that's the craziest thing in baseball to me right now.
Before our guy Boston Dan corrects us, he would have liked us to call them the hottest team in baseball, the Boston Red Sox. The Miami Marlins are there too, but
they just turn him on. That's what he means. It's not.
Boston's won 8 of their last 10 games. They've moved ahead of Baltimore. My Orioles now sit in last place in the division. Miami has also won 8 of their last 10, and they've won 6. So if I did hottest team in the American League, that would have been true. That thing is intriguing. I know more and more people over the span of the last 48 to 72 hours have talked about the lack of panic about Aaron Judge's injury. It doesn't seem like panic has set in yet. I know I also heard that same thing about Garrett Cole, and then he got scratched for the year. So I push that away when it comes to Yankee injury reports. I'll say that until I get truth out of them. You know what I'm the most intrigued by heading into this weekend and heading into the All-Star break? And really this one, I kind of cheated my answer because it's really towards the end of the month. I don't know who's trading for what, where, why, how. This is going to be a bizarre trade deadline. We saw the NBA free agent. I know we just came off an NBA topic. Like, we saw the chaos in trades of the NBA. Football, the NFL is actually having a lot more action now when it comes to the trade deadline. You might get one NFL trade in like 5 years. That's changed a little bit now in the 2020s. Who's trading who? Who thinks they're in contention? Who's dumping their players? Because there are some bad teams, and I'm pointing in particular to the American League, and this has been this way really since the start of June. You look at the American League right now, okay? The Toronto Blue Jays, I'll pick them. The Blue Jays are 2.5 games back in the wild card. The Blue Jays, who are a foot, a hoof, a hand away from winning the World Series, are 2.5 games out of the wild card. They're 5 games below 500. That same Red Sox team we mentioned seemed like they were absolutely dead. They're only 2.5 back. They're 5 games below 500. The Tigers, who I tried burying Levack, and I'll keep them under dirt for now, they're only 3.5 back. These teams aren't good, question mark. That's what I'm the most intrigued by. Who in the world believes they're a buyer, a seller, the old school ESPN TV, contender or pretender? It is July 10th, and I'm still struggling with that answer, but that makes that really exciting for the end of the month.
And the Yankees are a true wild card. Like, I would assume the Mets are like any move the Mets make, I think would be to shed salary, to shed payroll, or to bring in youth towards the future. But like with the Yankees, not knowing what the full story is with Aaron Judge, not knowing what the real game plan is, not knowing when or if Giancarlo Stanton or Max Fried or whoever is going to, ride in and is the cavalry. Like, what are the Yankees? I know they're not sellers. Like, they're not going to sell, but are they going to go for a big player? Are they going to do cash moves and just bolster the bullpen? Are they going to bring in some, 38-year-old, just random, morale guy? Like, I really don't know what the Yankees are going to do. Will they stand pat? I just hope they don't screw up the farm system too much. I really like some of the young guys that we had a chance to watch in spring training, and I've been kind of keeping an eye on. So, like, if I don't want them to make moves just to make moves. It's going to be very intriguing what the Yankees do as we approach the trade deadline.
Lock in, Yankee fan. Met fan can't help you. I don't even know if the Mets should sell. It's too easy to say they should sell, but like, that farm system's actually not terrible, but they're not built to sell, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, they thought this roster was going to be a contender. I don't know if they're in a position to sell, unless it's Lindor.
Well, do they shed payroll? I guess would be the only thing. And let's not forget, like, everybody wants them to do extensions and do this and that and whatever. Dude, can you? We don't even know what the CBA is. What if there's a hard cap and you've already got Juan Soto on the books? Like, the Mets are interesting just because, can they make moves now that bring this competitive team that we're hoping for closer, like maybe as early as next year? Or do they just ride it out and try to get better with what they have? It's very, our boy, Peterson, he already gone, but the New York teams are quizzical. The Yankees are the main story though for me, just because it's a mystery. I have no idea what they're going to do.
Gosh, that hard cap thing bothers me so much, just because in general, as I've gotten older as a sports fan, I'm done with salary caps. I don't think if you're really good at whatever you do for a living, you shouldn't be maxed out on what you should make as a living. If someone wants to pay you something, at times to me, a salary cap feels un-American. But now, like, I know what you meant by that, but to explain to other people, like, So the Mets want to shed payroll. Who would take on a Soto contract with that also out there? Who would take on a Lindor?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Soto's not good. Soto has his own minion baseball card now. He's not going anywhere. But like Lindor is a very possible, like, those kind of guys. But like the reason, and I have a slightly different view on this as somebody who deals with payroll in professional sports. And again, before somebody goes, dude, it's arena football, relax. Like there is a point where you could have the NHL if you don't do some kind of, protect the teams from themselves, where by paying certain players whatever you want to pay them, you shorten the lifespan of the sport. And it's for that reason, I'm not 100% opposed to it. I prefer a hard cap to what the NBA does. Like I prefer a hard, just like why add all the bells and whistles to what you're trying to do? Why, like just, hey, everybody, you got to spend. Everybody has to spend a minimum of $65 million a year. Everybody can't spend over $300 million a year. And if you can't figure it out in between those two numbers, then you don't belong here. Like that kind of like just structure is relatively interesting to me.
Not only just baseball this weekend, but the return of Conor McGregor, the notorious one.
Are you okay?
Magic Mac. If you're not noticing, I'm thrilled for this. UFC 329 is this weekend. It is the return of Conor McGregor. Nearly 5 years outside of the octagon, but he is back. I will fully admit it. I will own this take. Levack has heard me say it on this show in different formats and platforms. I said I didn't believe McGregor would come back. I thought this was absolutely an attention grab by Dana White because he announced this fight during the Netflix fight special that featured Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, Francis Ngannou, which did great according to reports that Netflix is thrilled that whether it's going to be another card like that or boxing, it blew away expectations. At least that's what the press release and the polls said. Take that for what it is in the streaming world. He put it out then, and McGregor hadn't fought in 5 years. I didn't believe it. I think I even told you, Levack, post-2021 fight, I don't know if I'm ever interested in watching McGregor again. The sport's moved on. And let me tell you, I'm wrong. I'm very wrong. And I'm wrong, and I'm owning my wrongness. I'm owning how wrong I am. Because did you see the press conference today? I don't know if you saw it on social. I don't know if you watched it live. Paramount aired it. In my lifetime, I didn't grow up with Ali. There is nobody who talks better trash. There is no fighter who grabs a microphone in the UFC or boxing that includes Tyson Fury better than Conor McGregor. He did it again. He got the microphone and sold me on the fight. He is an all-time great talker. I can't wait to watch him fight. Whether you find him arrogant, whether you find him over the top, cocky, out of control. Levack, he's the greatest. When it comes to talking on a microphone, charisma, selling a fight, nobody in my lifetime has done it better. He has got me interested again in this fight. We can talk about the card if you want, but first let's talk McGregor. What do you make of the comeback and his ability with that microphone, that stick in his hand?
If it makes dollars, it makes sense. Listen, I'm a huge McGregor fan. I mean, he makes it interesting. Max Holloway is one of my favorite fighters too. The two of them versus each other. I hope and I pray that all of their training went perfect. Like that's it. Like give me the striker battle that I've been hoping for, and I'll be in for it. I'm always afraid when you get these guys who are this much past their actual prime in the world of fighting that we're going to get a bad fight, or we're going to get a Jake Paul fight where it's realistically just an exhibition. No, I'm fired up. This is a good card. I didn't really look too deep into the card until earlier today. There's some big names on this card leading up to that fight. Like Cody Garbrandt's on this card, Gable Stevenson's on this card. Like there's some stuff. There's some stuff to watch. So culminating with, Conor McGregor, Paddy Pimblett, like Conor Light, he's on this card, Paddy the Baddy. So the influence of Conor is obvious throughout this fight card.
For those who might have missed that, that's really important. That Gable Stevenson signed in April, and then in May announced it was coming in. That's a huge one. I mean, he was supposed to be the next WWE Kurt Angle because TKO and WWE, and I want to say Zuffa Boxing and the UFC, they're all under the same umbrella. So why that's a huge deal is not only because he's an Olympic champ and all this other stuff, but if he ticked off anybody at the WWE, you would have thought maybe the UFC doesn't want to work with him. Not the case. Like, John Jones is called him maybe one of the great UFC fighters ever on the way, the potential to be what he is. So that is going to be a must-see fight. Patty the Batty's fun. He's going to be great. You mentioned a lot of the undercard guys there. The thing about the McGregor fight at the end, he's an underdog. Plus 180 when you and I are talking right now. There are some people who call that the ultimate sucker bet. Of course, people are just going to fire their money off on McGregor. They're going to fire their money off on a knockout to see him do it one more time. I might be a sucker. I might do it. I probably am going to do it. I think I am going to bet McGregor because the heart's telling me over the head. But there have been so many things, and this is me selling myself on this. There have been so many things that McGregor has done in his life that has broken expectations. When he knocked out Aldo that fast, no one thought he could do it like that. He got Diaz the second time, right? Like, no one thought he could do that. Double champ at Madison Square Garden. It is one of my favorite sporting events I've ever gone to. The media passes back here for the visual audience. I was there in the Garden when McGregor said, like, you know what he said? He lifted up the title and all that. To absolutely nobody. I was there, man. I get chills thinking about his entrance. So I'm fired up. I didn't think he'd beat Mayweather. I did. Shout out to our guy, Brian Cody. I know you picked. I wasn't that much of a fool to think McGregor was going to beat Mayweather in that boxing bout. And the most recent time, right? His legs snapped in the octagon and that weird COVID stuff. Some would argue he was going to win that fight. I think that really is kind of closer than we think in that fight. He wanted the most. I'm in, man. I'm in for the McGregor fight. And I hope that's how it ends. I hope he knocks out Holloway and he steps aside. He's actually done. You don't want to see, I know I can do the Ali comparison. You don't want to see Ali getting his butt kicked one time. The worst thing is to watch a fighter who's out of his prime getting pummeled in the ring, and that's the last time you see him.
So McGregor Holloway won. Do you remember when that was?
I believe that was 2000. Oh gosh, hang on. He fought in the Garden in 2016. He fought Khabib in the late 2010s. Is that 2015 maybe? Like March of 2015?
2013, August of 2013, UFC Fight Night 26 in Boston.
What?
Is it like, so McGregor
2013?
Wins, yeah. So McGregor wins that fight. He tore his ACL during the fight, won by unanimous decision. If Holloway wins this fight, is it still a trilogy when it's 13 years between fights? Like, do you still go for the third deciding fight? Like, I mean, I'd forgotten the fight, and then I just saw the torn ACL. I'm like, I remember, because you could tell he wasn't moving the same, but he switched to like grappling. Like Conor started grappling with Holloway because Max Holloway is a hell of a striker in his own right.
Do you still have the? Yes, that's exactly right. Holloway's had a great career. Holloway's a Hall of Famer. Who does he fight? This is, I want to say, January of 2014, maybe, or 2015. I remember this fight. I've referenced this before. He fought on the opposite side of the Deflategate game. And what I'm talking about is Fox had the NFC title game that year. CBS had the AFC title game. And the Deflategate Colts Patriots in the NFC title game was a blowout. So most people flipped over to Fox, and McGregor became McGregor, I believe, that night. He knocked somebody out. He jumped over the octagon. He got in Aldo's face, and like he really became a superstar. Is it listed there January 2014 or January 2015, maybe?
I actually just looked up the actual fights. So hold on, I've got all right, McGregor fight history. What are you looking for?
I could have sworn he fought somebody in January of 2014 or 2015.
He fought in July of 14, September of 2004, January of 2015.
There we go.
Dennis Siver.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what he really blew up. And then he beat Aldo later on that year
Mendez,
in December.
Aldo. And then he lost to Diaz. Then he beat Diaz.
Alvarez in the Gardens, November of 2016. Or Cowboy Cerrone. Yeah.
Cerrone was 2020. Khabib Nurmagomedov was 2018. That fight, like, Habib was just better. He was just better than him.
There's an argument, though, that 2018 fight's the most popular UFC fight of all time. I believe ticket sales, price, ratings. For those who remember who are UFC fans, that's when the brawl happened inside the octagon. Nola, RIP. Is Nola not open anymore in Malta? We gave away a prize for a private VIP party out there. I was out there. Our guy Terry, remember, shout out to Terry. Terry was out there. He won the VIP party that night at NOLA. I remember, man. I brought my wife out there. It was a great time.
Yeah, I'm man. 13 years between these fights, and so we got. Obviously, I have plans tomorrow night, but after those plans are over, I'll probably come home, fire up the old TV. Was it Paramount Plus? I think, and watch to see what happens, because I definitely need to see what happens with Gable Steveson and some of these other, and Paddy the Batty, and then Conor McGregor.
Your plans are being an employee of the Albany Firebirds, as the Albany Firebirds are back inside MVP Arena on Saturday night, 7 o'clock, in the biggest game of the season. That's right. I'm not wrong about that. 7 o'clock as they take on the Nashville Cats. The winner of this game could be the league champion. And we've talked about these scenarios before. Albany needs to beat Nashville by more than 10 points to secure the number 1 overall seed.
10 or more.
10 or more. Yep, 10 or more. Thank
you.
Than 9. 10, more than 9. No, 10, more than 9 or more than 10? Now you got me really
more than
twisted.
9. Lost by 9.
Okay. More than 9 to secure a top seed in the upcoming AF1 playoffs. As for Nashville, a win is all that they need to secure home field advantage, home turf advantage through the AF1 playoffs. With that being said, Nashville and Albany have, look at you taking your phone out. For those who may have missed, go ahead.
This is what is happening now. That I'm at the home studio. Drogon is circling. Like, he's circling. We've been working at my daughter, and is moving back in very soon. He found her makeup brush, and I took it from him, and he is ready to fight me for this brush right now. So I just want everybody to know, girl dad to the max. I'm ready to fight a cat named after a dragon to protect a makeup brush that my kid probably doesn't even know she has anymore.
That's right. I love it. Shout out to Drogon. For those who don't know, Vice TV has this call. Andrew St. Till and I will not be on the call for this game. I will not be in attendance. You will be in attendance. Let me make something very clear before we preview this game. And I know a social media post has now come out. Let me make this very clear. I should have been better with this yesterday. There is a different audience that listens to us on radio, that watches us on YouTube, and listens to us on a podcast. There may be, I call, a new audience. And some of you people only watch the shorts. I don't mind. Gives us views. I like this meritocracy. I like that when we do well, or could do well, it actually benefits you and I. I say all that because I said on yesterday's show, I believe Joshua Kulka will be the starting quarterback for the Albany Firebirds. Let me make this very clear again. I give opinions on this show. There's a difference between reporting Joshua Kulka will be the starting quarterback, or me saying I believe Joshua Kulka will be the starting quarterback. I know reporters get in trouble with this all the time. Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport. Maybe, I'll concede this point, maybe me as the broadcaster can cloud that for people. Like when the Albany Firebird broadcaster comes out and says this is the starting quarterback he believes for Saturday, people take that as a report. I gave my opinion for the information that I was given. Since that's been posted, let's just say my phone's rang a lot. And that's okay. That's totally, I signed up to be a sports talk radio host, a sports content creator, an opinion giver. That's the part of the gig I signed up for. Levack, Joshua Kulka has been named the starting quarterback.
I don't know about that. I think I am. There's a post that says Kulka versus Kulka. I don't
That's
feel like
right.
There hasn't been like a press release that says who it's going to be.
Would you like to comment on all those things, whether it be media or Kulka? I'll let you have the floor.
No. No, I mean, like I said, the only issue I had with your opinion yesterday was I felt like you were kind of harshly judging Sam Castronova. I don't think that was your goal, but I thought it came across that way. There's a lot of things that happen in the world of arena football. There's a lot of things that happen in the world of football, world of sports. I don't know the answers I still don't know who's starting. Coach Ware is very busy. They had, I'll tell you this, 4-hour practice yesterday. The boys practiced for 4 hours yesterday over at Hudson Valley Community College, getting ready for this game, because with travel and everything, it was their best opportunity to, get together as a squad and really work through everything. So I love the idea. Like, again, somebody who works for the team, I have to be careful how I say things, because people have been asking me straight through, what's up with Sam? What's up with Josh? Bro, I don't know. Like, I was in the office early this week. I was in the office last week, but I work from home right now. Well, I really don't have a job. So like, this is more fun than work at this point. But like, I work for Belfort Property Restoration. Like, I work for the AF1. I don't do day-to-day stuff at the Firebirds office. Coach Ware, out of respect and ability and also protecting what he does, he doesn't tell me everything. Hell, if I'm being honest, he doesn't tell me anything. He's very cautious, because he knows at my heart, at my core, I'm a radio guy. I think Kulka versus Kulka will be, if 100% that is what happens, that's that brother versus brother, AF1 Civil War kind of deal. I'm all in. Like, I just think that'll be so much fun to watch. Josh, the younger brother, taking down Tyler, the older brother, would be amazing. Winning by 11, needing to score one more time with, the clock down to like 1 minute to get where we need, like, all the drama that could come out of this. Two of the best teams I've ever seen. I think it's happening the way the sports gods wanted it to happen.
Yes, I'm going to go back to that. I'm not going to ignore that. Just want to see one other quick thing about Kulka versus Castronova. I don't think I was that hard on Sam. We'll agree to disagree. I think I said something along the lines of, he didn't play as well as he's played in the past. Kulka's played really well. Some variations of that. I tried to avoid the word bench. That did get in the clip that was aggregated, though, so I could see. I also can totally understand.
Oddly enough, you stopped. Yeah, it stopped right before I went, hey, I don't think it was really that bad of a stretch of games, but whatever.
Yeah, I blame AI for that. I'm still getting used to this stuff over here.
Yeah, whatever.
But I do understand if Coach Ware or anybody so Firebirds would be like, hey, can the broadcaster not do? Somebody might not know him on the game. They might be like, why is he telling people before the game? I get that. But again, I don't think I was that harsh on Sam. Guess what? We can disagree, especially Firebird fans who let me know about it on social media. Guess what?
I don't think you were intentionally. And I think that, like, we're just, the flock. We're very protective. Yeah. We're protective of our guys. Like, like I love it. Let's say Josh is starting. I love that Josh Kulka is starting. I love it. I hope Sam Castronova loves it, because Sam's brought rings to the Capital Region. He's played his ass off. He's played hurt. He's played, all love in the world. But I don't hate the angle of finding the positive in the rise of Kulka. So, like, that's where I'm at right now.
Yes, for sure. With all that being said, I agree. There's not much more I can add to the Kulka stuff. I think you covered that really, really well. I think that's a really cool thing, not just for Albany and Nashville. I think it's really cool for the league. Sometimes getting those national storylines is really cool, especially in these July weekends when sports fans are looking for something to watch, contain, especially with a national audience that's going to be there for the Vice game. This stuff is awesome for the league. It is really cool for AF1 to have brothers battling for a top seed with the two best teams in the league competing. Now, I say all that knowing that I don't know if the Kulkas in the end, when the fourth quarter scoreboard is showing up, if they are actually the biggest difference maker in this game. That is the part I'm very interested in, because it feels like the guy who might be the biggest difference maker is the kicker, right? Kyle Kaplan was the kicker last time these two teams faced off. Kyle Kaplan with a field goal in that game. Kyle Kaplan with 9 extra points, 6 deuces. And why? And you mentioned this earlier in the week, and it's absolutely right. Like, special teams to me is the biggest factor, whether it's been kick returns we've seen from either teams, returned, not covered well enough, or, and what makes AF1 so exciting, those are non or in, whatever you want, defensible plays. Not like you can't, like there's no excuse. I mean, like the defense can't stop the scoring play. You're kicking a deuce. They have to stand there and watch that baby go through the uprights. So that's what's also frustrating and exciting, that Albany could play a great game. Albany actually could outplay Nashville. but that special teams factor is so massive, and it was massive in game one. That's what I look at. I believe the Firebirds signed a kicker today too, right? That hit social media.
Listen, firstly, the special teams. Malik Honeycutt 3 touchdown returns in that game. Yeah, dude, Kevin, he had friggin' all those points between. There are 42 points between those two guys. That's 42 points. If you did offense versus defense, Albany outplayed Nashville. It's a three-sided, game. You got to win special teams too, and they dominated special teams. So that is the story for me. Obviously, when I look at what's going on, is that like is this going to be? Like, did Albany fix their special teams? Because if Albany didn't fix their special teams, it's going to be a long night at the MVP Arena.
Brent Reese, by the way, is
he was here last week.
Happened.
He was here. Yes. He's been here for a week now. Yeah.
Yes, he's scheduled to be the kicker this week. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, dude, he was in Oceanside. Oceanside is not playing for the postseason. We were able to get, I guess Albany was able to talk into a conversation and get him here. And, pressure's going to be on Brent. He's going to have to, put it between the uprights because, damn well Kaplan's there's no doubt about that. So it's going to be a hell of a game. Can't wait. And the call is going to be good for once because it's Eli Gold.
Gold. I don't hear Gold firing off hot takes on his podcast, huh? Ghazi Bear, what's he doing, huh? The other day, you're criticizing Vice with Dark Side of the Ring. Now you're firing off predictions about a team you cover. I love this new format. I love it so much. I can't tell you how often. I text Levack maybe more often than he wants about, hey, that was a good show today. Hey, that felt great. Hey, this is going on. And then rarely do we talk at 8:30 at night. That's how this thing's going. So good. They're all good things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fun. I can't wait for tomorrow. If you don't have your tickets for the MVP Arena, you're an idiot. It's going to be one hell of a game. Big block party. Mascots that I did. It's Spike's birthday. The Albany Firebird mascot. Mascots I didn't know existed will be there to celebrate Spike's birthday. It's I know there's a veterans event that's going to be going on. So lots of great things. Plus the first 1,000 through the gates is going to get a custom Firebirds rally towel thanks to the integrative dental sleep devices at Boston Spa with Dr. Fred Dreer. So so lots of reasons to go there in the last regular season game. Some people say the most important regular season game in the history of AF1.
That might have been me. All right, so you got a packed weekend. You're going to do your Firebirds, your UFC. My weekend consists of a friend's 5-year-old birthday party, trying to find somewhere to watch a UFC fight. I'm buying my son his first football gear, and by gear I mean the league you sign up for as a 25% off discount this weekend that Dad's going to take advantage of a month before the season. And enjoy some time with the kids. Enjoy the great sports weekend on the way. You and I will be back in on Monday talking.
Yeah, I ticked off. I think I ticked off my daughter's fiance because originally we were talking about going to Cooperstown on Sunday. I was like, bro, that I'm either going to be celebrating or commiserating after the Firebirds Cats game. So I don't think me driving an hour and a half to Cooperstown to walk around the Baseball Hall of Fame is a smart move. I'm going to go brunch at the Hideaway is a far smarter move than that. And he's like, all right. Plus I was like, I don't have a job. I can't pay for anything. So
by the way, you tell me the day you'd like to go to the Hideaway. You pick a day. I kind of want to go there next Friday. Maybe we'll do the show here next Friday from the Hideaway. Maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see.
You let me know.
So during Flock U, I want to clear something up. There was like a joke made about me being in a dunk tank. I am completely okay I'll do a dunk tank. Goz knows I've always been willing to do a dunk tank. Like I have no fear of the dunk tank. I like the old Carney style of dunk tank where you pay to get 3 balls and I insult the hell out of you while I'm sitting in the chair to make it more entertaining if you can dunk me. I play the heel. I'm good. I want to do it. What I don't like is that Mother Flocker and some other people are trying to turn it into a flock support fundraiser. Okay. I'm unemployed. If there's going to be money raised dunking me in a dunk tank, that money is going to go to my favorite charity, my mortgage. Okay. All right. The fact that like people won't even get on a microphone and they have the nerve to come out and try to take from me what it might be my only way to make money this month. Absurd. You how about the flock support this guy? Okay. How about that? How about a little support for this guy for once? The one that I freaking came up with your name. Okay. All right. This guy. Okay. Stop trying to take from me. All right. This is one of those moments, was it true charity starts at home? Yeah. It needs to start at this home for a little while. All right. I need a little something for the effort. Okay. Like, if you want to fund me, I can tell you the other thing too, guys. I started drinking IPAs recently. They ain't cheap. Okay. I don't want to go back to cheap beer. I'm not ready. I
just have this image of you in the dunk tank and people walking up to you, handing you actually like $5 bills. All right. Usually there's an attendant. Now your money would get wet, but yes.
No, I get somebody, like, I guarantee that everybody would want to work the dunk tank. Everybody would like to see me dunked. I get that. That's why it's great. Am I willing to share some of the funds with a charity? Yeah, I'd be willing to share, but a little something for this guy. You know what I'm saying? A little, how about, unless like Fiddlehead or Sloop Juice or one of the great IPAs in the area. If one of them wants to sponsor me and just give me all the IPAs I need for the summer, then I would be willing. Hey, dunk me in IPA. I don't care. I'll drink it. I just, like I said, I felt like it was a little greedy to try to dunk me for something without like at least offering me a little something. You know what I mean? And I've seen him write about it since. And Mother Flocker is on my poop list, on my flock poop list.
Mother Flocker, I don't know you very well, but I will say this. This is why Levack and I are taking meetings. I'm going to say it every podcast that we decide till August-ish 1st. We will have representation to work with what's called a talent fee. You think we just show up to places? We are a huge deal. A talent fee will be paid for our services, okay? Talent fee. You might have to start talking to agents and marketing managers soon enough. You might even have access to us soon enough. That's how big this is getting. Talent fee, people.
Yeah, well, I mean, some kind of fee. Like, some,
that's right. Food, booze, Horses Lounge. We love the Horses Lounge, right? Can we get that? Tell Ja to bring a bunch of wings and some gift cards. We have ways we can be paid. It doesn't have to just be. I want to be opposite directions. We could find ways.
I just want to point out one more time. I was talking about me in a dunk tank for money, and Goz turns it into we. Like what have I done to not deserve some? I know that I'm usually the cavalry. I'm the one who rides in on the white horse, that poor horse, and saves the day. I get that. I understand that. But you know what? I need me for once. How about a little something for this guy?
That's what I meant.
Jeff Levack on Venmo. Jeff Van Branken is the only person who's giving me money. It was $1, but at least he gave me $1. He gave me $1. If that $1 comes back with 6 friends, I can get a fiddlehead draft over at Rivers. Like I'm just saying, for once, you all right, you're on the same boat as me. We're both underemployed right now. I get, yes. But for everybody else, love you. I've helped you. Don't try to help me out of helping myself, at least. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Either help me or get out of my way. That's what I'd say. That's what I say.
Have a great weekend.
Hey, guys, how about you hit that button?